I, Daniel, was cast into a den of lions, strong, fierce, starving. I should not have survived the night, yet not a single claw touched me, no growl, just silence. Why? Because someone greater was at work. But that is the end of the story. Let me take you back to the beginning. I was born in Jerusalem, a city of worship and promise. But when I was still a youth, Babylon came. They conquered our land and took many of us captive, including myself and 3 of my closest friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. You may know them better by their Babylonian names, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We were brought into the palace of King Nebuchadnezzar to be trained in the language, laws, and customs of Babylon. The king wanted us to serve him, and so he offered us the best of his food and wine. But we could not eat what was forbidden by God. So we made a request. Test us for 10 days, give us only vegetables to eat and water to drink. At the end of those 10 days, we were not weaker. We were stronger, healthier even. God had honored our commitment, and not only that, he gave us wisdom, insight, and understanding beyond any of the other advisors in the court. The king found us 10 times wiser than all his magicians and astrologers. Then, one day, King Nebuchadnezzar had a troubling dream. The problem? He could not remember what it was, but he demanded his advisors tell him both the dream and its meaning, or face certain death. No one could do it, not even the astrologers or magicians. And so, the king ordered all the wise men to be executed, including us. I asked the king for time, and I prayed. That was all I could do. That very night, God revealed the dream to me in a vision. It was a statue made of many materials: a head of gold, chest of silver, belly of bronze, legs of iron, and feet of iron mixed with clay. Then a stone, cut without human hands, struck the statue and shattered it. The stone grew into a great mountain that filled the earth. I explained to the king. The statue represented 4 kingdoms, each following the other. But the stone, that was the eternal kingdom of God, which would never fall. The king fell to his knees and honored the God of heaven. He promoted me to a high position and placed me in authority over Babylon's province. But Nebuchadnezzar's heart was proud. Soon he built a massive golden statue and commanded all people to bow before it. My 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, refused. They would not worship any god but the Lord. The king, furious, ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual, and they were thrown in. But they did not burn. Instead, Nebuchadnezzar saw 4 men walking in the fire, unharmed. The 4th looked like a son of the gods. Shocked, the king called them out. Not a hair on their heads was singed. He proclaimed,
"No other god can save in this way."
Later, the king had another dream, this time about a great tree that was cut down, leaving only a stump. God revealed the meaning to me. The tree was Nebuchadnezzar himself. Because of his pride, he would be driven away from people to live like a beast, until he acknowledged that God alone rules over the kingdoms of men. 12 months later, the prophecy came true. The king lived like an animal, eating grass and sleeping in the wild, until at last he looked up to heaven and praised the Most High. His reason returned, and so did his kingdom. And this time he praised not himself, but God. Years passed. A new king, Belshazzar, took the throne. He held a feast and used the sacred vessels from God's temple in Jerusalem to drink wine and praise idols of gold and stone. Then a hand appeared. It wrote glowing words on the palace wall: Mene, Mene, Tekel, Parsin. No one could interpret it. Then they remembered me. I stood before the king and declared, "Many, God has numbered your days. Tekel, you have been weighed and found lacking. Parsin, your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians." That very night, Belshazzar was killed, and Darius the Mede became king. Under King Darius, I continued to serve faithfully. He appointed me to a high office, so high that others grew jealous. But they could find no fault in me, except this: I prayed to my God daily. So they set a trap. They convinced the king to sign a law.
No one may pray to any god or man but you, O king, for 30 days. Anyone who disobeys will be thrown into the lion's den.
I heard the law, I knew the cost, but I would not hide my devotion. So I opened my window and prayed to God 3 times a day, just as I always had. They caught me, and the king, though deeply troubled, was bound by his own law. I was thrown into the den of lions.
From the courts of kings to the lion's den, I stood by my God again and again. Took a stand when the food defied his ways. 10 days of faith turned into praise. Dreams and statues, fire and fear, but I held the truth, kept my conscience clear. Golden idols rose, but we didn't bow. Through the flames, God walked with us somehow. Kings raged, but their power fell, while the Most High ruled and all could tell. Even when the law turned against my prayer, I found God waiting, already there.
All night, the king fasted and refused sleep. At dawn, he ran to the pit and called out,
Daniel, has your God been able to rescue you?
I answered, Yes, your majesty. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths. I have done no wrong before him or before you. The king was overjoyed. I was lifted from the den, unharmed. Those who accused me were thrown in, and the lions overpowered them before they touched the floor. Then King Darius issued a new decree.
Fear and reverence the God of Daniel, for he is the living God. He rescues and he saves.
I have served kings, I have faced death, but above all I have served God, the one who is faithful through every trial. Whether in a foreign court, a fiery furnace, or a lion's den, he is present, and he honors those who honor him. So if you find yourself in difficult places, remain faithful, speak the truth, walk in courage, because the God who rescued me still rescues today.
Have you ever found yourself in a difficult situation? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, click the like button and subscribe for more Bible adventures.
From the courts of kings to the lion's den, I stood by my God again and again. Took a stand when the food defied his ways. 10 days of faith turned into praise. Dreams and statues, fire and fear, but I held the truth, kept my conscience clear. Golden idols rose, but we didn't bow. Through the flames, God walked with us somehow. Kings raged, but their power fell, while the Most High ruled and all could tell. Even when the law turned against my prayer, I found God waiting, already there. Faith in the fire, courage in the den. I was not alone, he was with me then. Through the darkest night when hope was thin, he shut the mouths of lions again. Stand up, speak truth, don't bend. He's the God who saves, the faithful friend. No throne too high, no fire too hot, no beast too fierce can touch what God has got. From Babylon's halls to heaven's decree, he's the King of kings, he rescued me. Stand up, speak truth, don't bend. He's the God who saves, the faithful friend. No throne too high, no fire too hot, no beast too fierce can touch what God has got. From Babylon's halls to heaven's decree, he's the King of kings, he rescued me. Stand up, speak truth, don't bend. He's the God who saves, the faithful friend. No throne and idols rose, but we didn't bow. Through the flames, God walked with us somehow. Kings raged, but their power fell, while the Most High ruled and all could tell. Even when the law turned against my prayer, I found God waiting already there.